Greetings, everybody. Now, if you remember earlier this year, I, for Formula One, I was saying that I was hoping that we're going to have a open season, more of a season where it's going to be Ferrari versus Mercedes and Red Bull, you know, because that Charles Leclerc was quickest in preseason testing. He was dominating preseason testing, but once again, that's not happened, has it? Charles may have been quickest in preseason testing, but once again, this is another Lewis Hamilton Mercedes dominating season. But thankfully, these last three races, Hamilton has had a shit weekend. Belgium and Monza, Charles Leclerc won brilliantly, rightly so. He should have won. And just recently in Singapore, Sebastian Vettel won. So 3 wins in a row for Ferrari, which is great. Although Charles should have won in Bahrain. That was his race to win, but an electrical problem prevented that. He should have won in Austria, but his tyres failed. So Vettel should have won, and he did win in Canada. But typical of Lewis Hamilton, he moaned, he bitched, he complained until he got what he wanted. So no fucking surprise that Hamilton didn't win. And he moaned, he bitched, and he complained until he got what he wanted. So really, in my view, and in a lot of people's view, Sebastian Vettel has won his second race this year. Not his first, his second. Fuck you, Hamilton. But I'm not going to go on a rant on saying how much I hate Lewis Hamilton, even though it's really, really fucking hard not to talk about it, on how much I hate him. But this is actually just going to be about my problem with Mercedes over the Singapore Grand Prix. Okay. For a very long time, Mercedes have been saying that they allow their drivers to race each other. We allow Lewis and Valtteri to race each other. Okay, there are no team orders. Okay, they race to see, and but I was watching the Singapore Grand Prix. During the race, Valtteri Bottas was clearly the fastest man. He pitted first, and Hamilton carried on. And you might notice that I actually called the drivers by their first names, except Hamilton. So Charles pitted, Sebastian pitted first, actually, which was quite surprising, to be honest. And Valtteri pitted first out of the Mercedes. Hamilton carried on. And when Valtteri completed his pit stop, he was the fastest man. Fastest laps. He was saying fastest laps. And Sebastian, and he got the jump on Charles, which was very, very surprising. And Charles did say that he felt like he was screwed out of the win by Ferrari. It's possible that he was. It was possible. But as I was saying, Valtteri was setting fastest laps. But you hear the team radio. And remember, once again, I'm going to say this. Mercedes have said many times that they allow their drivers to race each other. But when you watch the Grand Prix, after Valtteri's pit stop, you hear, Valtteri, you have to slow down. You have to slow down. Lewis has to stay ahead of you. How is that? How is that letting your drivers race each other when you're telling one of them to slow down? How is that letting your drivers race, guys? You're telling Valtteri to slow down because you want Lewis ahead. What happened to letting them race? Right there, with that team radio, you have solidified that you favour Hamilton over Valtteri. It's just like years ago with Ferrari having favouritism with Michael over Rubens Barrichello and Eddie Irvine. Okay? You can't tell anyone and everyone that you let your drivers race each other when we hear with our very own ears that you tell Valtteri that he has to slow down so Lewis can stay ahead. Mercedes, you are liars. You are fucking liars. You could have You like, cost us a race between the Mercedes drivers. I wanted to see Valtteri race Hamilton. I wanted to see if Hamilton can stay could stay ahead, or if if Valtteri did get ahead, if Hamilton can get past him. But you cost us that because you directly said to Valtteri he has to slow down so Hamilton can stay ahead. Fuck you, Mercedes, you fucking liars.